Welcome. So we're going to be starting with pivot table today. Like I mentioned yesterday that our focus is going to be on doing our first dashboard and understanding how to analyze data. So we're going to go to exercise files, then download it. Then open it. Okay, so let's get into it. So what is pivot table in Excel? Pivot table is an analysis tool that can help us summarize, aggregate, calculate data. So essentially, what we use pivot table to do is just analyze data. And if you claim you learn Excel, you don't know how to use pivot table, then you've not learned how to use Excel. All right. So pivot table is so essential for analysis of data. And one thing I like about it is you don't necessarily have to write a formula to be able to analyze your data. For example, you're a salesperson, you just got a sales data and you don't know how to get insights. In less than 2 minutes, you can use pivot table to derive insight from that data. That is what pivot table does. Now, the pivot chart element is what allows us to visualize. After you're done with pivot table, you now want to communicate your insight. That's where you begin to now use pivot chart. So pivot chart is a graphs element of pivot table. Now let's go into our data for analysis today. Now we've done data cleansing, right? Like I mentioned, anytime we have a data, our very first step is to ensure that data is well formatted, that data is devoid of errors. So this is data that we want to use for our analysis. So this is a sales data for a company. As you can see, sales, product, region, customer. It has a date, unit price, quantity, and sales. Okay, to make sense of this data, let's convert it to a table and let's also format it. So I'm going to Control A. First of all, I want to clear the formatting there and I want to create my own format. There. So I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to click on what? A table. Right. You can see, I'm going to click on OK. Then I'm going to change the table format. I don't want you to give me any color now. I don't want any color. But essentially, I'm going to align the header. Okay. Okay. So this is supposed to be a date. When I clear the format, the formatting changed. So I can highlight it and go back to home, number format. I can go to date to return it back to date, which is this method. Click on OK. I can also change the method to something like this. So this is the unit price and this is quantity. So when I have the data for me, no matter who do the calculation, I would like to aggregate because anything can happen. And this is also part of data cleansing. So you go to the sales amount, you just say, I know there's a formula here which says this multiplied by this. But as a data analyst who is conscious of errors, right? It's always good to recalculate your calculation, to aggregate it. So equals this multiplied by this. Now I'm certain that everything is fine. Okay. So what else? Then the next thing is for us to now look column by column to see if there's any errors that we can spot. So I'm going to go to salesperson. I am scrolling down to see that we have 12 salespersons there and everything seems to be okay. Under product as well, everything looks okay. What am I checking essentially? I'm checking for consistency. I'm checking for inappropriate format of data. But I can see that this does not contain any of it. Under region as well, I see that we have Southwest, Northeast, Southwest. For example, if I have something like London here or Lagos, this is abnormalities. This is inconsistent with what I have. So I'll first look at what is popular in that column. We call it data distribution. So this is showing Northeast, Northwest, Southeast. When you see something like London, Lagos, you need to pick those things up and ask questions. Why do we have London? Why can't it just be like others? Because it could be an error disguised. Also, this is a customer. I can go here to preview. You can see there are just 5 customers in this business. These are the facts that you as a data analyst, you need to obtain before engaging in analysis of data. If at the point of this fact finding, they are back and forth, then you know that data you have is incorrect. Date as well. If your date is not grouped like this, then it means that your date format is not correct. You must always watch out for dates. So I see that we have 2 years of data. Once you observe all this in, reach out to the owners of data and tell them about this fact. Oh, I'm supposed to send you 3 years of data. How come you have 2 years? Those ones cannot come when you're done with your dashboard. They are the preliminary conversations that should have happened. And that's why we always say that once you get the data, you're analyzing it. Before you analyze, you're checking it to clean the data and note everything. So unit price is fine, quantity is fine, and the sales amount is also fine. So the next thing is we want to begin to analyze this data. And the way it works in practice is because analysis is for different purpose, right? What do you want as a client? What do they want to achieve? All right, this is me just using a real life scenario to explain to you. So when we have a client that wants us to do something, we have something called an onboarding session. After I've gotten the data, we have an onboarding session where we discuss their needs. So this is where they tell us about what they want us to achieve for them. Now, there are some cases where a client does not even know what they want. They just have the data and they tell you the challenges of their business. So you are stepping in as the expert to help them analyze that data. So this is one of those clients. So this client just provided with the data and they asked us, provide me with an insight. I want to understand what is going on with my business numbers. So how do you start? Number one formula is you need to understand the kind of data you have. It could be an HR data, it could be a sales data, it could be a financial data, a lot of data set out there. So this is an example of a data, of a sales data. So now that we know that it's a sales data and then you have a salesperson, then as a business insight person, the next question I want to be asking is, can I get an insight of salesperson by sales? Let's look at how much each of these salesperson has made for this business. All right, so that's going to be our first insight. Our first insight is going to be, let's look at salesperson by sales. Essentially, aggregating, there are 12 salespersons here, and these are their sales. So for each salesperson, we want to add them together and see how much they've made so that we can be able to determine who is performing and who is not performing. That is one. Second thing is products. We sell different products, and businesses don't just order products, they don't just sell. They know the demand of their product. So how do you know which of the product is moving well, which one is not moving well? So we can also look at products by sales. All right, try to analyze our product by what? By sales. So to give us an idea of how our product is performing. We can also do product by quantity. It's the same thing. Maybe looking at quantity sold, but our goal now is to see the breakdown of that sales. If we are making about 10 million, this 10 million, which product contributes what amount? As a business owner, we need that information to order more of that product or to find a way to help that product because it's just a purely demand and supply. Well, we don't just produce, we look at the demand. And what tells us the demand is what the numbers are saying. Okay, I'll leave it to you guys now. Who wants to give us suggestions of other analysis that we can do? Following my pattern so far, what other analysis can we do from this data? You can type, you can also indicate by showing your hand. Anyone wants to try using this same pattern that I've been doing? What kind of insight? Or if you're the business owner, if you're the owner of this data, what would you like to see? Kenny, please go ahead. You were talking. I don't know whether it's your mic.
I wanted to see product by region.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to see.
Oh, okay. You wanted to say region by sales, looking at regional sales. Yeah. So the thing that you may need to notice is that I am looking at these sales. I'm doing a breakdown of sales by different aspects of the business, right? So we sell to different region, and it is essential to know how much do we make from this region, how much do we make from that region. Again, that will enhance our distribution. It's a great insight. If you send your product to a region where you're not popular, it's just tying down your cash. Whereas there's a region where your product is always finishing in less than a week. But you're not, I mean, you don't follow your analysis, you just send product. So they are looking for your product in one region, while you're in another region, your product is sitting down there. It's not a smart business move. So region by sales is essentially another insight that we can derive from this data. So let's go. Thank you for that, Kenny. Any other contributions from what you can see? Again, these are main goal. These two are our main goal. Try and pair other columns along with it. The next one we can do is customer. Look at customer here. You want to also know who is buying from you, who is not buying from you. Right. So you made a sales of 10 million. What is the division of this cost of these sales? Which customer contribute the highest? You want to know who are your priority customers. You want to know who you cannot lose in your business. Or you want to understand whether people are buying at random or you have somebody that dominated most of your sales. Information of that customer is essential for your business. Right. Business don't just wake up one day and shut down. The numbers has been telling stories, but people don't pay attention or they are not interested. Before you stop buying from somebody, you will have gone to buy less of what you used to buy. But because nobody tracks, so you used to buy about 30 quantity from these persons, maybe every month. You go there to buy 20, nobody's checking to you, ask you what's going on with your business. Maybe you will sell. You go back there to buy 50, nobody checked from you that what's going on. One day you just go and stop buying. So business say, we're in trouble. What's going on? Where are all our customers? The truth is, the customer has been leaving gradually. But because you're not paying attention, that's why eventually they all left. So customer by sales will tell you when they come, how often they come, and what the volume is. And that's why you're able to get a random call from somebody to say, it's been a long time. Oh. How are you doing? We've not seen you. Hope all is well, stuff like that. Or we came to check if you're in distribution. Or this FMCG, you will know what's up because they pay you a visit sometimes. We want to check your business. That visit is felt by somebody in-house doing analysis to tell them that this person is no longer buying. Because once your sales drop, you will need to ask yourself what has happened. You used to do average of 10 million in business, right? And all of a sudden you are doing 2 million. So an analyst needs to analyze what has gone wrong. Who is no longer coming? Which product is not selling? That is what we are doing as a business. So the last one we're going to do is you have a trend. We always advise you do a sales trend. You want to understand the seasonality in your business. What do I mean? There are some business that a certain period of the year they sell. For example, you sell school wares. Well, when school are in session or when they're about to get in session, you sell a lot. You need to understand that trend so you can always prepare for that period. It will also help your cash flow. Right. So because when you run out of stock, that is money leaving your business. So you want to ensure that, you are ordering what you need. If you have too much cash stock in your business, again, it's too much. It's just waste of money tying down. So you want to ensure that you have the right amount of product at every time. But that will be felt by you understanding the trend analysis. Okay, what I just showed you so far is how, as a data analyst, how we make sense of data, how a business owner to communicate insight. So we've listed out all the analysis that we want to derive. The next question now is, what kind of tools in Excel can help us get this analysis? Because beyond analyzing it, we are also going to do what? Visualize it. This is where pivot table comes in. So pivot table is that tool that can help me get all these analysis. I can also use formulas in Excel. You've not learned that, but we are focusing on what? Pivot table. So what do I do? Because this data is already in a table, I just go here. I essentially click inside and I go here to view. I go to table design and I'll go to summarize with pivot table. Now he's going to ask me, do I want it to be in a new sheet, which is a standard. You should always have your analysis in a new sheet. I'm going to click on OK. So what you have now is a skeleton pivot table, and this is what is called pivot table field. So skeleton pivot table is where you see the report. A field is where it shows the list. Now, this is like the control, while all of this column here are like the access. Whatever I do here become visible here. So whatever you see at the top here are something that originate from your data. So the number of columns you have return what you have in here. So for me to see the total sales, all I need to do is just drag my sales and put down here. There are 4 columns here. The first one is filters. Whatever you put here, allow you to filter your data, which is if I put a salesperson here, look at it. It's going to be filtered like this. That's what happened. 1 second. I don't want it to start from there. All right. So I can take it out or I can uncheck it. Secondly, whatever you put here appears at the columns. If I go here, region at column. See, one thing about pivot table is you just have to try to understand what you want. Anyhow you want your report to be in terms of layout, this 4 field will help you achieve it. If I bring this down to row, it will appear at the row. And last but not the least is this column called values. What does it do? From the word values, it is an aggregate column. It is that column that helps us to aggregate. So essentially, what you're supposed to put here is a number. Automatically calculate it for you. Right. But if you go here to put a text, what will it do? It will count that text for you. Now, what you see is 909. 909 means number of times that we have transactions on that region. So the total rows in this data is 909. So anytime you put a text here, automatically it's going to count it. But if you want to do an aggregate or summary, when you click on sales now, for example, it jumps here automatically without you doing it. So this is the total sales you have in that data. Look at it. Total sales you have in that data is what? Is 2,831,665. You don't need to write any sum function. By putting it here, it will do the breakdown. Now, this total sales, I don't like the way it appears because I like my sales to be summarized. I don't like to give much details. Right. If I want to summarize it, let me give you guys the code. Again, there's a lot of code I'm going to give you that if you use them, it will be easy for you to analyze data easily. But if you don't use them, well, it's up to you. So let me give you that code. So what I want now, I don't want this to show 2,083 something. It's too of is the detail is too much. So instead, I want something like 2.83. I want it to format it to 2.83 million. This is what I want. So what is going to help me achieve that is this code here. Look at it. So this code is saying that if this value is above 1 million, it should turn into 2.83 million. Otherwise, then turn it to K. Otherwise, just return 100. So how do I get it to format? Click on here, go to home, number format. You just go to custom and then clean what you have here and just Control V to paste that code. Then click on OK. Look at it. I've actually changed it to 2.83 million. This is what I want. Okay. So please copy the code, save it. You can use it later for your own need. Now that we've seen our total sales, if I want to see the sales by salesperson, all I need to do is begin to now drag the salesperson down here. Look at it. It tells me automatically the summary of the salesperson. Can you see? So this is salesperson by sales. I can see that averagely, this is how much each of these salesperson made. So that's how to analyze pivot table. Now, when you click on here, You also have option at the top. There are designs. What does design do? Design allow you to change the color formatting. You can see, you can try to change the color formatting of this chart, just like you have in a table. See, sort of color that you can choose from. Look at it. I'm looking for, okay, I don't want something like, okay, this is better. All right. So that's what you see by design. What else do you see? You have options that says report layout. Now, if I don't want to see the grand total, I can turn it off from here. See, we have subtotal. This data does not have a subtotal. If it to say it has a subtotal, I can also decide to show it or not show it. All right. Then you have pivot table analyze. Under here, you can do a lot of stuff. You have the slicer here, which is what I've shown us yesterday. So we're going to be using this slicer to filter our dashboard, but we are not there yet. Also, you can give your table a name, right? What can you use to? You can use this to confirm the source of your data. If you want to check what was used to create this pivot table, you can use this. Just click on change data source, and then you are good to go. So that is that. So if you right click on this also, you have two options that you can analyze. You have option that says show value as. Look at it. You can say, oh, I want to see another sales. Bring another sales here. You want to say that I want to see percentage. Just right click and go here to summarize value by or show value by percentage of grand total. Look at it. Oh, I want to bring another sales here. Oh, I don't want to do this. I want to summarize value by, I want to count it. Count. It will count how many transactions we have. Can you see it? So those are the things that you can do with your what? With your pivot table. I'm going to take this out. What if you want to sort your data? You want to sort, maybe you want the highest to appear before the lowest. Right click, you have option here that says sort, largest to smallest. So we can see that, oh, Wami Sam is the highest salesperson. Can you see? But that's not all. I want to see this salesperson by either year on year or by product. All right. If I want to see it by year, if I want to see how much each of these salesperson contributed, I can go here under my date. I'll put my date here. It will show like this, but that's not what I want. I'm going to take out the date, month, quarters. I'll just leave year like this, but I'll put the year in the column. And there you go. You can see it will show me how much each of these person contributed. Look at it. Or I can see how much each of them made in this year. 2014, since we are analyzing 2 years data, it's just advisable to compare the 2 years across all regions. 2015, this is how much sales we have. Okay. All right. Now that we've done our first analysis, what I usually do is to like to label it properly with its name. So I'm going to give this a color. Let's look for a color that we're going to use for this report. I don't want to. Let's use this color category. So this color, I'm just going to change the header to white. So I'm going to call this one. This is salesperson by sales. So that's the first insight we have done. Okay, to do our second insight, what do we need to do? Don't stress yourself. You can copy what you've done here and paste here. Ctrl V. I like to put a space so that when I want to spread or I want to update the source data, everything can what? Can automatically, what's the word? Expand. Please, if you are just joining us, this is pivot table. We may not be able to go back too much, but if you have questions, I would still attend to your questions. Right, we have a long way to go. After the analysis, we're going to go to dashboard. So please let us pay attention. Whatever question we have, you can just stop me and ask. Please don't allow me to go too far. Okay. So we've done our sales by salesperson. Now let's look at our sales by what's it called? Let's look at our salesperson by product. So I'm going to remove salesperson here. And I just put my product. Look at it. I'll just put my product. And this is what I have. So this is our sales by product. This is how much we made in each of the what. So I'm going to rename this to be sales by product. So this is how much we made in the 2014 and 2015. So the fact I'm breaking it down now is not like it's a must for me to break it down like this. I'm just doing it so that we're able to compare the 2 years. Normally, I like to apply a filter to my dashboard so that you can be able to filter around the 2 years. But that is optional. If you have only to do it this way, you can also do it this way. Since they are just 2 years, right? So I can do it what? This way. But I'm done doing it this way. Moving forward, I'll just do what's it called? I'll just do it in 1 year. I'll just do the aggregate. That's what I mean. Okay. What else? I'm going to copy, Control C, what I've done here. Control C, Control V. All right. So I'm going to remove the year. So this already give me the total. What I want to show here is sales by what? By region. So I'm going to remove products and I'll just put region here. See, this is how much sales we have by each region. All right. Now for this one, I can sort. For this, I didn't sort it, but I may sort it later. Or for this, I'm just going to go here to say, you know what? Sort largest to smallest. Okay. So that is the third insight. So let's look at our sales by customer. So the next one, I'm going to go here to paste. I'm going to go here to change this to customer. So I'll put customer here. You can see how easy it is. Just remove your KPI around. So this is sales by customer. This one will be 3. Sales by region. This will be 4. Sales by customer. Okay, last but not the least, of course, is going to be our sales trend. Sales trend, which is sales month on month as divided by year on year. So how do you do that? Now, as I control V this to replicate it so I can use it for the next one, I notice that the field list is not showing. So how do you bring out the field list? Just right click and click on this last option to have show field list. So I'm going to remove the customers. I'll just do what? I'll just put my month here. This is month and also my years in this place. So anytime you have a date, pivot table will help you break it down like this into quarters, into months. So I have my sales month on month, year on year. So this last analysis that I want to show, there are just 5 of them. This one can be called sales trend. Okay. So this is everything. I can find a way so it doesn't get too long. I want to X this and put under this place. So let's highlight this as well. Okay. So view, turn off the gray lines. Okay. So you can also give it a border if you want. Highlight and just give it a border. So all of this is up to you. Just because it's analysis does not mean it should just be boring. You can also enhance it, make it look very nice. Because it's something you come back to. Now, I'm doing this border because I didn't use other template. There are other templates that you can use online that already has a border. but I did not use it. That's why I'm using this. Okay. So let's begin to save our work. This is going to be analysis. Then this one become our data set. Our data sets. Then I can move this one backward. So let's save our report. I'm going to go here to File, Save As. One second, guys. Document. Okay, so let me create a new folder, recent folder for you guys. Volume 22. So I'm going to call it ABC Furniture's dashboard. Save. So let's go to KPIs now. So what is KPI? KPI is that aggregate that shows the totals of your numbers. Now, for this data now, the first we're going to be doing in terms of KPI is to do what? Is to showcase. So let's align this place for a KPI. I'm going to call this place KPI. So I'm going to call this one KPIs. KPIs. All right. So the first one we're going to do is our total sales. All right. We want to see the KPIs of our total sales. How do you do that? Don't waste your time. Just copy what you've done before now. Control C and Control V. I'm going to right click. I'll click on Show Field List. This is what I have. I'll just remove the region. And there you go. I have the total sales. So first KPI is total sales. This is one and total sales. Now, if you remember very well, this total sales is for 2 years. I want to do a small visuals that will help me show the breakdown of these sales. So I'm going to copy this. I'll just put around here to be used later. What will I do? I'll put my year because I want to do a small chart that will show me that this is the total sales. So I'm going to put the chart, this one here. So essentially we have total sales because I'm going to show the total sales. But when I show it, I want to be able to show the breakdown that 2014 make this, 2015 make this amount. So anybody reading the report will know that, oh, their year-to-date sales is 2.83 million. But out of that, $1.39 million is for 2014, while 1.44 million is for what? 2015. That is one. So what other analysis can I do? Of course, I want to do, before I do my quantity sold, I want to also look at my average sales. Now, the word average here, you need to understand how it works is that it does average sales by products, not the average of the entire sales. I'm going to copy, Control C. I'll go here to paste, Control V. I'll change these ones to average sales. So how do you do average? Just go here to go back and go to this option that says, let me zoom in so we can all see clearly. Just right click on what you've done and go to this option that says summarize value by, click on average. And then you have your average sales as a second thing. Two. Number three, of course, is quantity sold. So I'm going to copy what I've done here, Control C, Control V. Number three is quantity sold. Quantity sold. Okay, so how do you show the quantity sold? Right click, show field list. You can remove the sum of sales and just put quantity here. So we have it. But for quantity sold, I don't want it to carry this formatting. I want you to show me whether it's 8,000, it's 10,000 or anything. So I'm going to go to home. I'm going to change this one from custom to number format to number. Put a comma, remove decimals. So this is number 3 when it is sold. Right. So I'm going to copy Ctrl C and Ctrl V. The last one is number of transaction, of course. So how do you get the number of transaction? You can put any text column under here for it to count it for you. So I'm going to put maybe customer name under here. So it will count it for us. So this will represent our number of transaction, which is going to be 5. Trans count. Okay, so this place, let's just highlight this place and say this is our analysis. We can call it insight. It's up to us. We'll also come back there later. You will see why we're analyzing that place. We're coming back there later. Okay, so we have our insight. Everything is all ready. The next thing for us, of course, is to now go and visualize this using the dashboard. You've done the breakdown like this, but you can't send to a business owner like this. You have to do what? Communicate it. And that's where dashboard comes in. Okay, so let's design our dashboard layout. So this place is going to be dashboard. Now, the first thing you must know about dashboard is, you know your audience, who owns what you're trying to do. So what you want to do is to create a layout. Oh, I want my dashboard to cover this area. I want it to cover that area. That is up to you. Right. So let's do something. What area do we want this dashboard to cover? So I want dashboard to cover from this area down to from this area down to this area. I'm going to give it a tick outside border. Okay. Now that we mapped our area, you notice that my distance is 100%. All right. So let me show you one of the mistakes people make sometimes. When they are doing a dashboard, you will have to be scrolling up and down within there to see their chart. No. Make your chart big and clear enough. That is all I always advise. And that's why you see me using a wide area, because I want to expand it. I want it to be very clear and be easy to read by anyone. Okay. So the next thing is for me to now decide how I want to achieve the layout. What kind of layout do I want in my dashboard? Now, to start with, I want a different layout. So let's design the layout that will carry all the insights one after the other. 1 second, guys. So I don't want us to use so much shape because this is a beginner dashboard. I don't want it to be very complex. I'm just trying to do a simple dashboard so that we can all be able to recreate it. That's the goal. If I do something so big and advanced, a lot of us may not be able to recreate it. So let's focus on basics. All right, so let's just highlight this area for page navigation. So we're going to give this area a color. And color we're going to give this area is color that we have in mind. So I'm going to go here to give this area this color. This is what we're going to use throughout this report. Or should we change it to something like, okay, let's use this. While the other areas, I'm going to give them a, what's it called? A just not too white color. Go here and just use this color. Please note, I'm not importing any color in this session. I'm just using basic color that we have. So this is what I want to do. Okay. So what's next? How many KPI do we have? We have 4 KPIs, right? So let's design the layout for our KPIs. So for our KPIs, I'm going to go here to insert. I'll just bring in shapes. I'm going to bring in 4 shapes. This. Okay. So let me zoom in now. So 4 shapes to duplicate our KPI. This is one. Control C, Control V. I'm not still sure of the size. I'm just creating it. Control C, Control V. This is the third one. Control C and Control V, which is the fourth one. Okay, 1 second. So I'm trying to see if I can use that other space for something else. Okay, can I see use? So I'm back to 100%. Can I see this space for something else? Or this is too big? Okay. Let's make this big. Bring this downward. So let's change the color. So this one, I'm going to change it to this color. Shape fill, change to our main color, which is this one. Shape outline, no outline. While others, I'm going to change it to white color. Shape outline, no outline. After I've done that, what else do I want to do is to now reduce their size to 3. You can see that I have just 3 KPI here. There's a reason why I did that. So I'm going to go to shape format. I think I like the height, so let me reduce the width. So I'm going to reduce the width together. You can see what I'm doing, just so that they have equal size. Okay, I think this size is better. I can put it here. Now, I also want to align them. I want them to have equal space and be on the straight line. Once I select the 3 shapes, I'm going to go to shape format. I'm going to go to align. I'm going to go to align to the top. See? I'm going to go to align. I'm going to click distribute horizontally. Now they have equal space. Okay, so this is what I want. For this one, I'm going to bring this one down. So essentially, this place, I'm going to change it to white color. Shape outline, no outline. So this is where we're going to have 2 analysis. Our region and our customer, our region and sales insight will be here on this place. Okay, so let's do another one. Control C, Control V. So let's bring another one downward, which is something like this. By the way, what I'm creating now, it is called wireframe. This is what it's called. You often hear us as a data talk about wireframe. This is what is called wireframe. So wireframe is when you are sketching a layout. And there's so many ways to do this. Well, we do it in PowerPoint. We do it in Figma. Yes, there's something called Figma. We design in Figma. design PowerPoint and the like, but we're not going to go through all of those ones in this class. So let's go here to realign. So what I want to put here is sales trend. This place will have the sales trend. That sales month on month will sit here. So sales month on month will sit here. This place will have customer. This place will have sales by customers. It will also have sales by region. All right. So we now need two space for product and customers. So we're going to create these two for product and customers. Control C, Control V. I'm going to bring this down. So essentially, I want to have two equal size here. So I'm going to bring this down like this. This is one. Control C, Control V, another one beside it. Now, since I see have space, I'm going to increase the width together. Height a little bit. Width, I think this is fine. Then I'm going to move them. I am also going to do what? I'm also going to do alignment. So shape format, align to the top, align, distribute. Okay, I think this is fine. All right, so we can move this one a little bit up or down. Okay. All right, now that we have all the areas that we need, so I can now remove the border. I can remove the border now. Or maybe I should still leave it. So let's highlight all this area, this area, this area, this area, this area, this area, this area. I'm going to give that a different color entirely. So let's give it a color, a different color. Maybe go here to give it something like. Okay. So you can hide other area if you want, or you can just go here to return them normal. I just want to, maybe one to just surround it. Maybe so it should not be too much. Okay, so I'm going to highlight here. I'll remove the border now since we have our layout. Home, border, no border. This place is for our titles. The top is for our title. That's what that place is for, essentially. Okay, I see that this place is not also aligning with the bottom one, so I'm going to go here to bring it. Okay, so where are we starting from? Of course, the right place to start, this place is also shooting out. Of course, the right place to start is always from your KPI. So let's go here. What I used to do for my own KPI is, I don't like when I'm referring, switching back and forth. I've already told us it's not productive. So we're going to give them a name. So this one will be our total sales. Go here. I'm going to go to name box, total sales, total underscore sales. So this one, quantity, I'm going to call this one quantity underscore sold. I'm not doing average. I just want it there. This one is customer. I'll go here. I'll go to customer count. You can't put a space, but you can put underscore. So let's go. I'm going to zoom in now because I want to show us how this works. So to now bring your KPI here, I'm going to go to insert. I'll go here to a text box. I'm going to draw a text box here. So this text box, I'm going to go to my formula bar. I'll press equals to the name, which is total sales. Enter. Now you have your total sales. All right, so I'm going to format it now. Go here and choose a format. So there's a lot of formats that you can use, but I think I love this one. Hold on, I thought I used one format now. Okay, so this format is not bad. I'm going to go to, so I want to turn off the background of this. I'm going to go to shape format, shape fill, no fill. Shape outline, no outline. What about the text color? I'm going to change that to white. Change the text color to white. So I'm going to put it at the top here for now. Now I put it at the top because I needed to do a breakdown of these two. This total says year to date. All right. So let's go out to analysis. So let's go and now do this chart. 1 second, guys. So, we have this breakdown that shows year on year of these sales. So I want to find a way to put it. Okay, so I'm going to go here to pivot design or pivot table analyze. I'm going to go to pivot chart. So for this, I think I want to use this bar chart. I want to use, is it this one? This one. This is what I want to use. I'll click on OK. So let's format it. First of all, I don't need these numbers. Right click. I'm going to right click. I'm going to click on it and delete it. Press delete. I don't need this as well. Hide all fit button on chart. I don't need this. I'm going to delete. I'm going to go here to delete this. Okay. So gradually we are getting there. Now I need to now determine color coding because there are 2 years. Which color do I want to use for 2014 and 2015? All right. So how do I know which years? I'm going to go here to data label, data labels. I'll put inside it. So this is 2015, which is the latest year. I'm going to click on this, just this alone. Go to format, change the color to this color. While this one, format, change the color to something lighter, something that can help us, something light in that category. So this is something light in that category. So what else do I want? I want to change the color of the data label. Click on it, then go here to change the color to something that will show. Now that's not all. I don't like that it's showing this alone. I want it to show me that this is 2014, 2015. All right. So what am I going to? I'm going to go to data label option. I'm going to go to this data label. I'm going to go to more option. So under more option, I will say that I want to say category name. I'll put category name here. No, I want to see the series name. You can see it show me 2014. Click on this one, series name. Can you see that? And I don't want comma, I want colon. Or I want it to be in a new line. Also this one, I want it to be in a new line. Okay, so I'm going to Control X to cut. I'll go to dashboard. I'll go here to Control V to paste it. So let's format this. First of all, turn off the background of this chart. How do you do that? Click on, you go to format, go to shape fill, no fill. Shape outline, no outline. Right. So because this color is the what we have done there, so we can't use this color now. We have to change it to something else. Otherwise, it will not show. So let's change another color. So I can't use this one because that's the background of the shape. So can I use this? Okay, this is not bad. Or let me see another color in that. Okay, I think this is better. So let's resize it. Let's resize. I'm just going to resize it here. So we do this data label size. Okay. That should be 8 or 7. Oh, this is too small. Okay, let's make it 4 or let's make it 5. Also 5, but I don't like the font. So we're going to change the font. Let's change the font to something else. Okay, I think Abadi is fine. Also, let's change the font of this. Okay, let's use a color that will show us for both. So this color now is not, because I'm using white, it's not showing properly here. So essentially, we may not have no choice than to leave it like that, unfortunately. Anyway, the goal is communicated already. We have what our each here is. Okay, so let's bring this one up here. Let's increase the size of this one. All right, this is fine. Okay. So what else do I need is to just pick a data label, which is it should give it a text title. So let's give it a text title and we'll now replicate it across others as well. Now, mind you, this design that we've done for this one, we may have to do it for all of them as well. So insert a text box. So let's just drop a text box here. So this is total sales. This is going to be revenue year to date. Let's call it revenue YTD. And let's use that Abadi font text. And let's change the color. I think 11 is cool. Let's change the color to something like this. And then shape format, shape fill, no fill, shape outline, no outline. Okay, this is what it's looking like. Put this one down. So what you have here is what we are going to create for the two orders. We're going to do the same thing for quantity and also number of transactions because we want to see how these things happen year on year. So let's replicate it quickly. So just copy what we've done here. Copy what we've done here and just go here to drag to create a copy. Also create a copy. Of course, the color of these ones will change. We change to this color. Okay. So the next one is quantity sold. So let's call this one quantity sold. QTY, quantity sold. So I'm going to click on here, go to equals to. I'll just go here to put quantity sold. Look at it. Enter. So the formatting has changed, but don't worry. Just click on this one. Go here to click on Format Painter and apply it on it. Look at what we have. So we have quantity sold. These are quantity sold. The third one, this one will be transaction count. Trans count. So go here, click on this, just type transaction counts or number of customer. I think I name it customer count. Press enter.
So can I
click on it, Format Painter, and yes, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I was just trying to look at the benefit of doing the process through Excel compared to just doing it on PowerPoint.
What do you mean PowerPoint? You mean the design?
Yeah, like the whole design. I was just thinking, like, what's the major benefit of doing it all this on Excel? Like when
And so
yeah.
nothing. It's just good to know how to do. Whatever works for you is what is better. So what you can do is to use PowerPoint, you just create the layout, which we are going to do when we get to we're still going to do when we get to PowerPoint. Try to create a background. It's just
Okay.
anyone that is faster for you. PowerPoint has
Okay.
advantage, right? For example, if you're trying to import colors. So in our second dashboard, we're going to be importing color, right? So you will see the advantage of PowerPoint there. Do you get?
Yeah.
But I think PowerPoint has more advantage.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Come. So let's do the same thing. Let's look at this is total quantity sold. Let's see the breakdown by year. How much did we sold in 2014 and 2015? So let's bring that into this analysis. So what I've done here is easy. I'm going to go here to copy it, Control C. Very easy. Control V. I'll just change these things to quantity sold. I'll just go here, remove sales. I'll put quantity sold here. Look at it. And then, because I don't want you to have dollar, I'm going to remove the dollar sign. So I can go here to take away the dollar sign from this. Let me see what's going to happen if I take away the dollar sign. Oh, it's going to show that way. Okay, so I can use ChatGPT to remove the dollar sign. We are not there yet, but I can show you that I can use ChatGPT to also get the code that I want. 1 second, guys. Okay, this is my ChatGPT. I'm going to say that I want to remove the code sign. So I'll just say that I'll paste it. We're still going to learn how to use ChatGPT to enhance all of these things. All right. I want to remove dollar sign and achieve the same format. Okay, see, it has given me a new code. I'm going to copy this code, which I can now go here to just change it now. I mean, for that one, because I don't want you to have that, I'll click on OK. Can you see it has changed it for me? All right. Okay. So what do we do for this? This is quantity. We're going to do the same for transaction count. So I can copy what I have here, Control C. These two really don't make changes. I don't think we need to showcase all of these ones because there's no changes mostly, but you never can tell. The goal is to be consistent. Let me see. There are changes. See? Tiny changes, but it doesn't matter. Okay. So let's do the same. Portable analyze, pivot chart. I'm going to use this bar chart. I'll click on this one. Add off it button on chart. Guys, the same thing, the same process. So I'm going to be very fast doing this now. The same thing. Oh my God, I did mistakenly deleted this. So I wanted to do the total here. Delete. And shape format, shape fill, no fill. So which one is 2014, which one is 2015? Let's put the data labels. More option. I'm going to go series name. I think it's better to be the same line like this. Let's put a colon. Semicolon. It's better to be like this. Series name. And let's put colon. Okay. So now we can now begin to use our normal color. 1015. Though the right thing to do is to be consistent. Maybe we should just be consistent. Or I will go back to use this one. I think I use this. Okay. Then we can now change the color. Let's change it to this is what we use. Okay, that's that. Control X. Now, how do I achieve the same size? Zoom in. When I zoom in, I'll just Control V to paste. See, I want to achieve the same size. That's the goal, right? I've just pasted it, so I'm going to resize it. Watch me, guys. I'm going to resize. So I'm trying to, you can see that I'm almost there. Bring it down. Bring it down. I'm just using that one to measure it, right? So that they are. Okay. So this is what it looks like. So let's turn off the background. Shape outline, no outline. Okay. So let's use the same color so we are consistent, guys. That's not the color we use. I think this is what we use here. Okay, I'm trying to check which color did we use here. Let's use the same color. Format, shape fill. Okay, this one. Okay. Come back. Format, shape fill. This one. Okay. We've achieved that. The next we're going to do is to put our icons. Let's do it for the last one as well. I like to put a space, which is this one. Pivot table analyze, pivot chart. Go to bar chart. So you're going to do a lot of repetition. Right. Once you learn how it works, that's how it is. Delete, delete. Okay, obviously this is 2015. So let's change the color once and for all from here. And these are color. And 2014. No. Click out and click on this one so I can select that one, format, shape fill, and this. Okay, what else? Let's put a data label. Data label. So let's go to more option. We may not need to do this, but it's essential you are communicating because the goal is you want to let the person that is reading this report be able to analyze it and understand what you've done without having to call you. Okay, I think there's something we've not done is to change these things to a body. That's the font we have been using, and we've been using, I think, 5, making it bold, and we have been using this color, bold, a body, and 5. Okay. Last but not the least, let's turn off the background. Shape format, shape fill, no fill. Shape outline, no outline. Then I'm going to do what? I'm going to just click on this, Ctrl X, go to dashboard, Ctrl V. V. Then put this thing right here. Okay, I think I was able to achieve this on perfect fit. So maybe I should try to make this one like that as well. Oh, we didn't change this font. Let's change it to Abadi, and let's leave it to be 5. And bold, of course, this one as well. Let's change the font, Abadi, and of course bold, and this will be 5. Okay, if you ask me, we are done with all the KPIs. They are all perfect, and they're telling us from time to time what has happened in each year. Okay, so let's bring in our what's it called? Let's bring in our icons. So I need 3 icons, guys. I need 3 icons, just 3 icons. So what am I going to do? There's so many sites to get icons. But again, this is a busy dashboard. We're not going to focus on that. So I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to click on Icon here. So I need 3 icons that would help me analyze this. First one is sales. I'm going to search for money. Press Enter. So this money icon will help me with sales. This is the one I want to use. Second one is quantity sold. I was quantity. Or I can use a shopping cart. Search for shopping cart. Where's the shopping cart? Something like this. Or this one can search for transaction count. This one can search for. So I've selected my 3 icons now. I'm just going to go here to click on Insert. Now these are my 3 icons. So this icon, I don't want to put them here anyhow. So I want to also do a small design with them. Let me show what I mean. So let's insert a circle. I want my icon to be in circle. So let's insert a small circle. Insert, shape, circle. I'm going to hold on my shift key to just pull like this. Okay. So let's determine the color for that. No fill. Shape fill should be, let's look for a color. We should use something like this. Shape outline, no outline. Okay. I think this is perfect. This shape is perfect. Let's Ctrl X it. And let's paste it here. Okay, now that I have this as my background shape, what will I do? I want to see the icon in it. So let's reduce the icon together. Graphics fill, shape fill for the icon. Let's use our normal shape. And let's reduce it together. You can see I'm reducing them together. Okay, I feel like this size is small, but we're going to see. Now, what I want to do next is I want to put the icon on this shape. So I'm going to carry this icon, this money, put it here. You can see as I'm putting it, it is going under. It is going under, can you see? So what I'm going to do is to say that I want it to come on top. Graphics format. I'm going to go to this option that says bring to front. And I'm going to put it right here. Okay, maybe I can now increase the size of my icon now to 0.2. So this size is perfect for me. Also, let's change this background. Okay, so let's replicate this, what we've done here for others before we begin to group them. So I'm going to copy this here, Control C, Control V. This is another one. Control C, Control V. This is another one. So this one as well, I'm going to go to graphics format, bring forward. So because I know that I've increased this by a certain size, I don't need to stress myself. I'll just go here. This is 0.4. So I'll bring this one on it. I'll just increase it by 0.4 as well. And I'm sure that they are the same size. See? Also, this one, I'm going to click on graphics format, bring to the front. I'll take it on it, and I'll just increase it to 0.4. Now that they are the same thing, what else do I want? Is to group them. How do you group? To group your object, just select the two. You can over around the two like this. Go to Home, find and select. You can click on this select object. Once you over around this area, it's going to group the two. And then go to shape format and just click on group. Now that I've grouped them, they become one object. So let's select this one as well. To select your object, go to Home. Go to Home. Something is happening. Let me click out. Okay, so let's go there. Go to Home. Go to Home. Find and select. Go to, oh, I need to uncheck it. I get. Go to Home. Find and select, and go to select object. over around it like this. We'll select the two for you. Then go to shape format and group. Also, let's over around this one. Will be selected, shape format, then what? Then group. Now that we are done, we can go back to home, find and select, and click on check again. Okay, so we are good. Let's bring the icon into our dashboard. So this one will come. So let's delete this one. So this one will come right here. Right here. So this one will come right here, and this one will come right here. Okay, our KPI is ready, guys. So we are done with that part. So let's delete this. Now that KPI is ready, the next thing for us is now focus on our chart. So let's focus on the very first one, which is going to be sales by salesperson. 1 second. Which is going to be sales by salesperson. So this sales by salesperson, you can see that it's a long data. When you have a long data like this, the right thing to do is always use when you go to pivot chart, you can use this depending on your layout, but I like to use a bar chart, this one. And I'll click on OK. Now, as I click on bar chart, what you notice is that this sales is highest to lowest, but in here is lowest to highest. What I like to do is to click on here. I'll go to format, more option. No, not this place. Go to format, more option. I will not click on categories in reverse order. Look at it. When I click on categories in reverse order, it's going to rearrange this chart the way this analysis is. Now we have it properly this way. So I'm going to go here to now begin to format. What do I want? Add or fit button on chart. This one, bring it down. This, bring it down. Though I need this, I need this one. So let's keep it there for now. For now, let's keep it there. So let's remove our grid lines and let's take it off the background. Okay, what else? We're just going to cut, Ctrl X to cut. We're going to go to our dashboard to do what? To paste it. So since we have this place for two analysis, so let's bring this one downward. Let's first of all position because it's going to take the largest space anyways. Okay. So this is what we have. So what do we do next? So let's begin to format. Now, the formatting we're going to apply is going to be based on what we've done here. You can see that here we have a color for 2014 and 2015 already. So consistency is key in your dashboard because colors is where we communicate as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come on here to this 2015 to change it to that color to start with. Shape fill. This is the color we are using for 2015. And this one, this is the color that we are using for 2014. That's not all. I also want to increase the size of these bars. So I'm going to do what? Click on this, go to format, more option. I'm going to bring the gap width backward. Now I'm going to click on this one. I want this one to overlap. So I'm going to increase the overlap of this. No, I don't like that overlap. I want that yellow to be on it. So let's do it again. I don't like that overlap. I want this one to overlap. So go to format, more option. So I'm going to bring that one backward because I want it to be the one overlapping. I'm going to go to format border. Okay. It's still not what I want, but I think it's not bad. Hold on, guys. Color. Let's use a solid line. Okay, now at least now it's showing a bit. This one can use same color. Okay. This one is too bright. Let's change the color. Okay, not bad. This is okay. So we can have it like this. All right, to show us 2014 and 2015 for each of these. So I can begin to also draw this one forward if I want, but I think it is good like this, guys. So the next thing is I can put a data label. Go here and put a data labels. Normally, when my data is too much, I don't like to put data label. But you can now go here to data label to determine where you want to put it. Oh, I want it to be inside end. You can also give it a color and reduce it. You can reduce the size of your data label by just making it maybe 5. So let's use the same color for both. This, also this. Now the color is not showing for that one. Okay, let's find a color that will show for both of them. This will not show. Okay, this one will show for both of them, I guess. Now for this one is dark. Okay, let's find a way to change this one. This is 5. Okay. So if you must use the data label, make sure it's tiny and just inside in. It's not a must. I don't like to use it. But in case you want to use it, you can just find a way to make sure that it's like this. Okay, this is our sales trend. We're coming back to communicate further by the side. But for now, we can bring this one downward, or we can also change this one to the top. But let's leave it this way. Let's bring it here. So let's go to region analysis. Where is our region? This is it. We'll click on this one, pivot table analyze, and pivot chart. Because this is 4, I like to use a pie chart. When I get here, I'll go here to use this. I like to use a pie chart for this. Okay, so I'm going to take off this. Add all feed button on chart. Also this. Do I need this? Do I need this? No, I don't need it because I'm going to create my Control X. This is where you want to place the Control V. Format, let's turn off the background, no fill. Now this is too, of course, it's too wide to start with. So let's bring this one downward. So to start with, this is too wide. So I'm going to make it tiny. I just go to Format, More Option. I'll go to the data O size. I'm going to reduce it. I'm going to increase it. Okay. Then click on here to say that I don't want it to have no line. Now let's talk about the colors in each of them. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to click on this one. Use that blue color background. Use this. This one, I'm going to use that. Look like the same thing. So let's use this. This one, I'm going to use, and this, I can leave it to be this color anyways because they are. Okay, so what else? So let's turn off the background. Format, shape outline, no outline. Then let's put data label. Go here and put a data labels.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I just wanted to confirm, like, can some of this presentation also be done through Power BI?
Why not? Power BI can do all of these visuals as well.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I've done this now, I'm going to go here to more option. And I want it to have the series name as usual, which is value category name. And I want it to be semicolon. So I'm going to change the formatting. It should be that font that we are using, Abadi. And maybe we should change it to 6. Now, the interesting part of this now is that I'm going to drag it out. I'm going to go here, drag this one out like this. You see that line? Also, this one, I'm going to drag it out like this. This one, I'm going to drag it out like this. And this one, I'm going to drag it out like this. Okay, just to say what the numbers of each is. All right. So inside of it, that's where I want to bring my average sales. You notice I'm not bringing my average sales. I can bring my average sales inside of it if I want. So let's do something, which is create a circle inside. Just want to create a small circle inside. Shape format, shape fill, no fill. Did I say no fill? Let's use some color. We use this shape outline, no outline. Okay, so what do we want to put here? Maybe our average sales. Where's the average sales? Is the average sales. So I'm going to go here to just call this one average underscore sales. So I'm just going to use any of the text box here. Let's use this one. And go here to use equals average sales. Let's enter. Then click on this, format painter, and just apply it on it. Okay. So this one would be under it to say this is our average sales. Sales. Okay. So we've not given it a title yet. We've not find a way to demarcate and begin to give it a table. We're going to come back to that. Or we can be given a title once we are doing it to save us time. So let's just bring a title here. This will be region analysis. Regional sales insights. So you can even use a proper sentence insights. So as you have this, you can put it by the side. Or you can put it by the side here. You can even give it a color. You can decide to say, you know what, I want to give it a color. Go to shape fill and just give it this color. And the text color will now change to, this is not my thing, but I just want to show you that you can also do something like this. But I know somebody that likes to do it this way. So let's center align it to see how it looks. I've never tried this before, but I've seen somebody does it. Is it looking nice? No, no, no. I don't like it, please. So let's just leave it the way it was, please. I don't like too much details in my dashboard. Why this one will be here? I'll call this one salesperson. Yeah. Okay. So let's bring the two other analysis, the three remaining analysis. So for this one, it's clear. What we want to put here is month on month, year on year sales, pivot table analyze, pivot chart. I'm going to be very fast now. You can use a line chart if you want, but I like to use this chart. Again, it's up to you. Control X, go to my dashboard, Control V. So the same format, guys. So I'm just going to reassign this, realign it properly. So hide all feed button on chart. This one, I sort of like it. So I'm going to go here to, I don't want it by the side. That's what I'm saying. I want to put it at the top. So I'm going to go to legend. I'll put it at the top. So I'll just find a way to put it right here. Shape format, shape fill, no fill. So these grid lines, I don't like it in my own chart as well. I'll take it off. Also, this thing by the side, there's no need. Take it off. Okay, now the next thing is for us to now change the color. So for 2015, we've been using this color here. While for 2014, we've been using this color. Format, shape, fill, this color. So let's increase the size. First of all, gap width. Okay. Okay. So let's overlap this. So since overlap, I'm going to bring this one like this. Okay, so let's give that a border. Second line. No, this is too light. Okay, what about this? Okay. Essentially, this is what we want to do for this one. So let's remove the outline. Format, shape outline, no outline. Okay, that is done. So the next thing is these two things. So I'm going to go to analysis, which is product and customer. So for these two, I'm going to use more or less like a bar chart for these two. So click on this one, pivot table analyze, pivot chart. I'm going to use a bar chart. Click on OK. So you notice that when I use a bar chart, this one is represented like this. So I'll just right click, add all feed button on chart. Okay, just so I click on this, my cell is not clicking. If I click, it's not allowing me to click this thing. So what other ways can I use to remove it? I think it has disappeared. What happened? Oh, it has disappeared. I don't need this as well. I don't need it. Control X and go to dashboard. Paste it here. So this is where we created for it. So let's align into that space. Delete. So grid lines, pick up the grid lines. Format, shape fill, no fill. Shape outline, no outline. Then go here to turn on the data labels. All right, so let's reduce the size to 5 as usual. And let's change the color to a body. And also the position of that data label, don't forget, inside end. This one, let's change it, a body, and reduce the size. Position, inside end. Okay, now let's change the color. This one now, for 2015, this is what we are using as color. This blue. While for 2014, we are using format. We are using this color. This color. Also, I want to increase it. I want to increase the size. So click on this one and go here to increase the gap width. Okay, I should be reducing actually. Okay, for this, I want it to overlap. Okay, so let's find a way to change the color of this. Okay. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. Why is there too many space? Hold on, guys. There's something I still need to adjust. So let's increase the gap. Okay, I think this is better now. Okay, let's do the last one, analysis. Since we follow the same pattern, let's do the same for this as well by putting 2015 and 2014. So I'm going to right click, show field list. I'll just put my year under this column. See? But for this one, we're going to twist the chart to something else. Let's use this one for this. Okay. Onto X and Ctrl V. Okay, I'm going to turn off the background of that chart. Let me zoom so we can see clearly. Format, shape fill, no fill. All I'm doing is just repetition. All right, so by now, everyone should know how to format this chart. No fill. Okay, so let's increase gap width, increase it to start with. So let's change the color. And then series overlap. Okay, last but not the least, let's put our data label. Data labels. Data labels. Look at the way it looks. I'm not a fan of data labels sometimes, but we can always reduce it. If we must put it, let's just reduce it. Where do we put it? So position, go to data label here. You see position that says inside end. See? Also this one. Let's not put, it's not, it's looking too much of details. Okay, we can take off this. Okay, let's move the outline, shape outline, no outline. Okay, guys. So let's now put a title to our chart. This is 100. You can see my chart is showing at 100%. This is the goal. So let's put a title. I'm going to copy this. I'll just put here. So this is customer insights. Customer insight. We have 15 minutes. So I need to show you something before you go. And this is product insight. By the way, we are taking a break next week. Our admin will share more communication with us via WhatsApp. Don't worry, more communication will be shared on it. So product insights. All right, so let's click on the save. So this is what our dashboard looks like. Obviously, you can see how nice everything is. So let's put a title and let me show you one more thing. So on every of my dashboard that I create, I like to put my name, my details by the side there. So I'm going to do the same down here. I don't want to put down. Let me put up here. Shape formats. I want to group this group. Okay, everything is grouped, so I can always resize it. Okay, I think it needs to be more. Okay, so let me ungroup it. There's something that is not happening that I want to correct. Okay. Where is it? Where did it appear? Oh, okay. We have just one text format there. I get what's going on now. So this needs to be expanded a bit more. Seconds. Okay. Delete that part. So I can expand this one now. Okay. So let's reduce the text, please. So let's bring it down. Now that I've achieved my desired outcomes, I can now begin to increase it a bit more. We choose that body, increase it a bit more. Okay. So what I can also do, I can change this background to what we have here. So what can I do? Let me show you how I'm going to do it. No, click on here, go to shape format, shape fill. I think we use this background. Okay, that has been achieved. Can you see that? So I was able to fill in that. Okay, now that I've put that, what else? What else? Title. So let's give it a title. We're going to use a text box, of course. I've already done it down to save us time. Let's use Aptos. And let's change the color to this color. Okay. So the next thing is, let's design the logo for this company. Let's just design a logo. I'm going to go here to insert, or let's search for any logo online. Logo design. So we want to make it look like a company. Okay, I love something like this. Okay, I've seen an idea. I've seen an idea already. So let's just create one, insert. Maybe we should just use something like this. Shape format, shape fill. Okay. So the name of the company is called ABC. So let's create a name on it. I'm going to use any of the text box to put it on it. ABC Inc., meaning ABC Incorporation. So let's change this to white. Okay, I think this match it. So let's increase the size of this as well. Okay. All right. So we have 9 minutes. In this 9 minutes, I'm going to show you guys how to create a clickable dashboard. Normally, this dashboard was created without a slicer. I'm supposed to use a slicer to filter it, but there's nothing to filter again because you've shown almost everything. Right. If I want to use a slicer, now it means that I have to begin to filter all of this because I have each of the distance. 2014 is there, 2015 is there, so there's no need for slicers. But instead, let me show you guys how to create a clickable link in your dashboard. Right, so I'm going to show you few samples. So I'm going to go here to insert a shape. Watch me, guys. A shape, 3 shapes, really. Just 3. This is one. So because we're on a dashboard, this shape is going to be using the same background. Shape format, shape outline, no outline. Shape fill. Okay, this can use this. Another one, another one. So this one will be a bit lighter because we are here. So let's change it to something light like this. So let's type dashboard on it. Dashboard. Okay, this one will be our insight, insight, insights, and this will be our data set, data set. Okay, let's change the format to our body. I can also insert icon, but because of our time, okay, you know what? Let's insert icons for 3 icons. Insert, where is our icon? Icons. I'm going to look for a dashboard, something like an home page kind of. So home page, or let's look for dashboard. Insight. Let's look for insight. Insight. Let's look for analysis. Analysis. Okay, we have something like this that we can use. Let's use this. Data set. Search for data. It brought out this. Let's use this. And the third one is home page, which is our dashboard. I can already use this one for dashboard. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, so let's reduce the size. We're going to reduce the size quickly. Let's reduce the size further. Okay, I think this size is cool. This will be data set. The size, let's increase it a bit more, 0.3. Okay, this is perfect. What we now need to look for is a color that will match everything because the color has to be the same. Graphics format, graphics fill. Okay, let's just use a generic color like this. So this one is 0.3. This is dashboard. I'm going to go here, put this here. This should be 0.3 as well. Graphics format, same color. And this one, I'll put it right here. 0.3, same color. Okay, so let's now align this one to the left. Okay, find a way to reduce it to 11. 11 will be fine. Okay, So because I'm going to reuse all of these things, I want to group it. So I'm going to click on this and this to group. I'm just going to press go here and group it. Group. This and this to group, this and this graphics formats. I'm going to do what? Shape format, I'm going to group it. Group. So this and this shape format group. Okay, so how do you create a page navigation? That is exactly where we are going. So I'm going to click on this. I'll right click. You're going to see option that says link. Now, the goal is if I click on this, it should take me to another page. But because this is the dashboard page, so I don't need to put a link on this one. So I'm going to ignore this. I'll go to the next one. Right click. I'll click on link. I'll say that place in this document. Once I click on place in this document, it will show me all the sheet that I have. So I will say that I want it to go to analysis. All right, I'll click on OK. This one, right click, link, I'll say that take me to what data set. OK. So let me show you what we've done now. If I click on this, can you see that? So I'm going to copy those three things now. Copy, I'm going to go here to paste. That is where I created this place. So I can be able to put it. So let's put it by the side. This has to come. Oh, wow, that thing didn't come with this. So that thing was not grouped in that chart. So we're going to copy it again, guys. So let's delete this and recopy this because I don't want to have to do it manually. That's why I say that it should be grouped. Shape format, group, copy. So analysis, I'll just paste it. Now what will happen? We are now on inside. So I'm going to copy this format. I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to change the format of this now. Graphics, I'm going to go to shape format, shape fill, turn it to this because we are now on this insight. Where is the graphics? Why did the graphic disappear? Why this one? Shape format, shape fill. This will be the same thing. See this color? So I have to color the graphic. That's what happened essentially. The graphics is there, but I have to color it. That's what happened. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to group it again now. Shape format, group. So there's nothing that needs to be done for this. Why for this? I'm going to go here to shape format. Shape fill, we're using this color. Okay, so let's group this one. Shape format and group. So what do? We just go here, right click, you see link. I want it to take me to dashboard. Look at it, take me to dashboard, then click on OK. This one is already connected to the data set. See, so let's do the same thing for our data set and we are done. Okay, so let me copy that in here. Please don't go. I still want to show you how to export your report too. So after this now, you'll be divided into groups so that you can now begin to work on your project. So your project essential will focus on you just analyzing data. So this one is fine. So this one is what I need to do now. Shape format on group. Then click on this. Shape fill will be this color. Then this one, shape format, I need to ungroup it, ungroup, because we are not on this page. So let's change it to this color. Right click, I'm going to go to link. This will take us to insight. Why this one is already in the right place? There's no need for this one to go to anywhere. This one is already taking us. This one is taking us. Okay. So let's also change the color of these things to match what we've done so far. Okay. So let's put a border around this as well. So we know we are done with all of the details. Okay, guys. So if you click on this now, look at it. Can you see how everything is changing? You can be able to click around. Can you see that? That's the whole idea. Can you see? So what we just built now is what is called a clickable link that can allow us to move around from one to another. All right, so let me put something like a timer here just to enhance it, to make it look nice. Okay, so the last phase is if you want to copy this as you want to send this out to anyone as an image, there are a lot of ways you can do it. So what you do is you can click on Home, Find and Select. Find and select object. That's option 1. You can now select everything around like this. From here to here. Everything is selected. You can right click and go to save as picture. And just go to download. You can call it ABC sales dashboard. I'm just showing you the options to save your dashboard. This is one option. So I'll go to download. So let me show you what the result is looking like. So that one will take away all the background that you have. Right. Now, the reason why this one is like this is because we didn't use shape for the background. Normally, if you had used shape for the background, this style is ideal. Now, because we didn't use shape for the background, we just use our own color. So what do? What we're going to do is to use something called a sniping tool. Just go to your sniping tool, and then you can snipe around, which is preferable option since we didn't use a shape for the background. Go here to copy, and I'll go here to just send it to us on WhatsApp. So let me send it to us. Column 22. Okay, so that is what we want. You can see the whole procedure of how we were able to create this dashboard. So what I want to tell you guys is that I'm going to share further details. All right, next week we are going to have a short break, but I'm sure Admin will tell you further details. All right, further this will be shared on the group chat. But essentially, what you need to know is this is how you create a dashboard from Excel with a clickable link. All right. Also, you will all be divided into groups, which will allow you to work together to also achieve your own dashboard. And you're going to be given a different data from this one, right? But this is your first assignment on pivot table. What you expect to do is to create this dashboard. You will create it using all the colors that I've used. I didn't import any color. Everything is Excel preset color. So try and recreate it. Trust me, it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you're having any challenge, you can always reach out. This is the first step. We are still going to do another dashboard. Right, but this one is more or less the basic introduction to how you design a nice Excel dashboard. So you can see from the inside, we're able to, from this is our data set. We're able to bring our data from data set. Let me put this back in 100%. So you can see from data to our analysis. Let me bring this back to our dashboard. Now look at my dashboard in 100%. Can you see? Automatically, my dashboard is showing 100%. So I don't need to zoom in or zoom out in my dashboard. Anybody can be able to interact with my dashboard in 100%. That is the goal. That is the goal. And you can see that this is telling us what is happening in each year. Look at it. You're able to tell what's happening in 2014 and 2015. So there's no need for slicer because I've already done all the breakdown by each year. So the person viewing this report can know that, oh, obviously, in 2015, this business performed better as compared to 2014. That's the whole idea of what we want to show. Okay, thank you. And I'll see you after the break. All right. Okay, thank you, guys. If there are any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm sure the video will be uploaded by next week. Bukola, I want to say something?
No. Waiting to say thank you and goodbye.
Okay. All right, thank you. And let's have a wonderful evening.